What's that smell?
Welcome back, guys, to the Family Bathroom Podcast, post-COVID edition. Most of us are back to health. We got our other two hosts here. We got the Sicky McGee, number 2, sipping his hot toddy. We got the man of many dicks, old ankle spangled Harris here. We got our buddy Matt over here.
Hello.
What's going on, guys?
Man, it's a lot has happened since we did our last podcast, and some crazy stuff, some cool stuff, and some mostly crazy stuff. Mostly, we got a lot to talk about tonight. We got a lot of crazy things going on, especially in celebrity news. You guys have probably been watching the YouTube and the Facebook, and obviously people have passed away on us. And Betty White was the first one out. That was kind of not really cool to hear on. Was it New Year? Or it was New Year's Eve, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That day was kind of weird. We went over to Spencer's for a wonderful time.
I'm sorry I missed that. I would have liked to have been
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
I thought for sure Betty White was going to be at the New Year's watching the ball drop.
Yeah. She's over there with.
It's sad to get that close to 100.
Yeah.
And then just bow out. That is really rough.
Well,
2 weeks, man. 2 weeks.
That's crazy.
And I watched a bunch of her stuff. 'Cause everybody, in our generation, pretty much, if you lived under a rock if you didn't know who Betty White was. I mean, she's been in every consecutive year since her career started. I think it was they said 40 years, 50 years or something like that. I mean, ever since she's been in her 20s, she's had a job in Hollywood. So she was pretty much doing game shows. She had a talk show. She did with animals and stuff. These celebrity people would bring their dogs and cats on there, and then just talk about their dogs and their cats and their whatevers. And of course, we got the Golden Girls later on. And what was that show she was doing last?
I don't remember.
I was hoping you guys would remember because I don't have cable. But
there was a show with it was a family and her when she was a grandma or something.
Yeah, she was really wild in this one.
Can I give you guys a just? This is crazy. It blows my mind. A Betty White fun fact.
What's that?
Her career on television started in 1949.
Yeah, man.
1949. I mean, how many decades are we talking that she spanned, guys?
6.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
60. Okay, I was
Spencer
wrong.
has somebody
I was
can do
10
math.
off.
Thank
I was
you.
10 years old.
7 because it's 2020 now.
Yeah.
7 decades. I mean, that's just
crazy.
what a legend.
She was a shining light in troubled times. Always, we could always go back to Betty White and look upon her fondly and be like, at least we had Betty White.
Amen.
Well, 2021 was you know what? We're taking out the white. So
It sucks, man.
yeah, and I feel bad.
2022 is really
I think
coming
that
hot.
we might have Zach Fox to blame, but I don't think maybe we don't have Zach Fox to blame.
Zach Fox.
Zach Fox, the comedian, he did the Jesus is the One, I Got Depression video with Kenny B.
Oh, shout out to Betty White. She's not dead yet, but she's gonna be. Oh yeah.
For when she died.
No.
Oh man.
Because I know it's coming. Was the quote from the video, but I mean, he was shouting her out, man.
He was shouting her out. Yeah.
He shouted her off the planet. He shouted her out. That's not cool.
No, Zach
man.
Fox is
Jeez.
hilarious. So if you haven't seen,
Yeah. I mean,
I Got Depression, you should
Yeah.
go see that video. And he did shout her out in the beginning of that video.
yeah.
And, but he knew it was coming. Everybody knew it was coming. It was just a matter of time. Just when was it going to be?
I mean, we kind of.
We knew she couldn't live forever, but how long was she going to live for?
Once you get to that age, I mean, it's it could literally be.
I
Any
feel
day.
like once you're over 75, it's any day now kind of thing.
Yeah, what was that
Any
movie?
day now.
First Lady of Television.
Little, Ronnie
well, there's the
Wilson.
documentary. What was that show she was on?
Oh my gosh.
40. No, that's not it.
This can't be right.
Those are movies, probably, because it says it's.
No, it was SpongeBob was on there, but
SpongeBob. That's amazing.
Oh, she played SpongeBob's grandma. That's right.
What?
Yeah.
I had no idea. That's amazing.
You should have known.
let's see, movies.
I love SpongeBob, man.
Well, she had a television show.
Oh, here's television, yeah.
She was in Toy Story 4 as Bitey White.
Bitey White.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was in Betty White Goes Wild as herself.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to see that one.
She's going wild. I want to see how that shakes out.
Yeah. I don't see anything.
Well, what's the television say?
I think maybe the show she was in last. It was like a sitcom, I believe.
Yeah,
and I think maybe it was like maybe mid 2010s, early 2010s.
I didn't know she was part of the Forky Ask a Question from
the
Toy Story. My kids love Forky Ask a Question. Forky Ask a Question.
Yeah.
And then he asked a bunch of nonsense, and I love it.
Daddy, I want a whole bunch of toys centered around a
Hot in Cleveland. Was that the
Yeah,
one?
Hot in Cleveland.
Oh yeah,
that's exactly what it was.
2010 to 2015.
Yeah, that was a good show because it was funny because that's when, we're so used to Betty White being like this good girl, but she was just being this complete bitch.
Oh yeah,
she's being tough in that one. I like that.
She was pulling out her inner Blanche,
channeling her inner Blanche. I like that, Toast.
Yeah,
fantastic.
So, quick question. All right, this is like kind of a weird, but like I guess we're just gonna like name this question, and everybody has to answer it. So, speaking of sitcoms and like moms and just whoever else, so you have to pick one character, not the person themselves, but one character in all sitcoms. All right, so you get an out, and any like whatever manner, if you're with somebody or whatever. This is who you're gonna end up with and be with for the rest of your life. One sitcom mom or character,
your celebrity
or whatever.
Hall pass? Your celebrity Hall pass?
Essentially, yeah. So
Does
essentially,
it-
one person from any sitcom or whatever show, a character themselves that if you had
and it has to be a mom?
and that time frame as well, the sitcom that they were on or whatever show they were on, they're forever locked in that stage of their lives. So like, say if they're from the shows from the '60s. Then you got that person in that age of the 60s or whatever.
I mean, is it? Does it have to be a mom? Is that what we're doing?
I was just an example. Like,
so
say,
just
for instance,
anybody,
any character.
Well, Betty White wasn't exactly a mom, though, was she? Not,
well, it doesn't have to be a mom. I'm saying it's a character in general.
Okay, gotcha.
I mean, mine's easy then. It's easy for me because I'm just gonna do a Dark Angel and do Jessica Alba because she's the.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
She's the hottest.
All right.
I mean, come on.
There's so many to choose from.
And nobody else can have her, man.
I mean, you could literally get anybody.
Wait, so if in this reality that we're fantasizing about, do they get all of the, trappings of their character? Or are they just the actor in character the entire time with no...
I'm sure he's talking about the time that they're...
I'm talking about special powers or whatever.
That's a really good point.
Well, I mean, that does kind of play into it because
I'm curious.
I guess I have two, to be honest. I have childhood Mark, and then I have like now Mark. So,
let me hear that.
All right. So if it's going for me, childhood Mark, I love Bewitched.
You stole it. No, we're fighting.
What was her? Elizabeth. I
don't even remember.
I can't remember her name.
Bewitched.
Yeah, Bewitched. That's like been my crush since I was a little kid.
Really?
And then if it was older Mark, man, I don't know. That would be a hard one because Matt kind of stole mine because Dark Angel.
I mean, I'm kind of reconsidering. I mean, obviously Jessica Alba is like the hottest, but if she's got to be the character the whole time, that's going to be really intense, man. Because the Dark Angel's always getting into some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to deal with all that, man. I might get my ass kicked or something. You know what I mean?
Like, there's one.
But I mean, would it be worth it though to be getting with a young Jessica Alba? Probably so. And disclaimer: I'm married. This is totally hypothetical.
It's your celebrity hall pass.
It's just my celebrity hall pass.
It's like obviously, you're not.
That'll never happen.
That'll never happen. Not with that. No, I'm kidding. Not with that attitude, Matthew. Being a fucking naysayer.
You know that Jessica Alba is actually a billionaire with a B in real life now?
Yeah, she's got like multiple fucking like companies and all kinds of stuff.
From what?
Was it like she sells like soap or something, or what?
Well, she sells like cosmetics.
I guess she was like a L'Oreal model or something like that for a long time, wasn't she?
It's nuts, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
she's got her own
billion
old company, like own companies and shit.
That's a lot of zeros.
Yeah, man. Okay, yeah. All right, mine would be.
I know Brett's like from the jump. He's always gonna say her.
Alex Mack.
No, oh shit! Oh man. Well,
yeah,
not her.
I threw you
Not
off
at
for a
that
loop,
age.
though.
Not at that age. Maybe 10 things I hate about you, but not
yeah,
like
yeah.
you know.
Oh,
not
she was
Alex
still a
Mack
teenager
age.
in that one, isn't she?
No, she was.
Her
she was
character
like
was a
19.
teenager. Her character was a
19.
teenager.
Well, they were in high school, I guess.
That's dude. I mean, they're kids still, and that technically they're. You're going to jail. Oh, shoot. You're going to jail.
Do not pass go.
Go directly to jail. Anyway, mine would be, oh, dude. I'm sorry to say it. I'm like a, you know, I'm on repeat all the time, man. But career opportunities, Jennifer Connelly.
That's a good one. That is good.
Because she's of age in that movie, but she's young. Dude, if you don't look it up, man.
She's of age.
Yeah.
But she's close.
You know who else was close for me?
I mean,
The great movie Mannequin, like Kim
Uh-oh.
Cattrall back in Mannequin. I don't know
fucking
why.
hate you guys.
I don't know why, but that
That's
movie.
fire. Yeah, she's fire.
I hate you bring up shit.
So just a correction. Jessica Alba's net worth is $340 million, not $1 billion. I don't know.
I mean,
kinda
that's semantics, right? No,
I may have been drinking or something.
That's a big-
but $340 million. That's obviously a shitload.
She's gonna still let you hold $1 million for the weekend.
100%. She wouldn't even know it was gone.
I'll double your earnings, Jessica Alba. Invest in the Family Bathroom Podcast.
There we go. Oh, hey, now we're talking.
Hey Jessica,
All we
let
just-
us borrow, $50 million. We're gonna put it all on black,
Put it on
one night. Yeah.
Mark lost $3.5 billion in 3 plays. Jessica Alba's not happy.
There may or may not be a hitman after him.
Jessica Alba's not happy.
She's gonna get all Dark Angel on me then. No.
That's an understatement. That would be an understatement.
You're gonna wake up with your dick in your bed like Godfather. Oh no! Got a horse in the bed.
She'd have to have a chainsaw to cut off Mark's dick. You know what I mean?
He's gonna be like laying there on the pillow with him, just like fucking the Godfather. They had found the horse head in his bed.
It's like
Same thing.
Yeah.
like chopping down the fucking beanstalk from Jack and the Beanstalk. Big old dick.
George Washington cut down a cherry tree. You know.
I mean, sadly, guys, I know we talked about Betty White's passing, but 2022 is coming in hot. We got Bob Saget is
man,
gone.
great Bob Saget, man.
Meatloaf, yeah, it's horrible.
Dude,
I mean, it's just really Louis Anderson. This year is really coming in hot.
what the hell?
Yeah,
It's,
dude.
Sidney Poitier, it's
Oh,
crazy,
God.
man.
Man,
Yes.
like if you
Good
weren't a
call.
fan of Bob Saget's comedy, which he at first, I never saw his comedy before I saw the show because I was like too little. But because the second time I did see Bob Saget, and actually third, okay, there was a Full House, and there was also America's Funniest Home Videos, right?
Love that. Yeah.
And we all thought that he was this wholesome dude. Then all of a sudden, like he's in, you find out later on when you're like trying to figure out which are good movies, and then you watch what was it? Really Half Baked. And you're like, have you ever sucked dick for coke? And you're like, Bob Saget.
It's like the most iconic
I seen him.
line.
I seen him.
I seen him.
There was a comedy movie a while back. I think it was called what was it called? The Producers or something like that.
Right.
And it was
The Aristocrats.
The Aristocrats. Thank
Yeah.
you. And Bob Saget's segment in that movie was the nastiest, most.
He
fucked
tells
up
it's the nastiest joke in the world. It's credited as the nastiest joke in the world.
Yeah, and they're
the
all
dirtiest joke in
nasty,
the
but
world.
Bob Saget's is the worst.
It's the tagline of the video of the movie because it's called, the joke is called The Aristocrats.
Yeah, I saw this YouTube video, dude. If you haven't watched it yet, you should. We're not going to air it on here because copyright and it.
But
Look up the Aristocrats
Yeah,
joke or
yeah.
the dirtiest joke in the world. Either way, you can
Not to
find it.
mention the scene from Dumber and Dumber. When Harry met Lloyd and fucking Harry had that incident in the bathroom where he let a chocolate bar of milk in his pocket on the
yeah.
heater because he took his pants off. And like Bob Saget's the dad, and he comes in the room. He's like, "There's shit everywhere. There's shit on the walls."
I love that. Yeah.
And that was my favorite Bob Saget scene. And it's so sad that he's gone, man.
Yeah,
'cause,
man.
he's too young. Did you guys ever read what happened to him? I mean,
I don't think that
They-
the toxicology reports and all that stuff
I
haven't
think
came back yet.
they haven't released anything, and I think it was probably. It seemed like he was doing okay. Like I don't think he was like. I
from
know
what-
he had a history, but
What I've heard, like the most recent that I heard was that I thought I read something that he maybe had possibly dealt with COVID like a couple weeks back or something.
Oh no.
And then when I saw that they said they found him in his hotel room with his hand over his over his chest, and then I think he had his phone in his hand, his other hand, or something like that. So I don't know. They're thinking like it might have been like heart complications or something.
That's what I heard. I thought it was
Dude, that
a
can
heart
take you
attack.
so quick.
Yeah, it seems like something
That one,
Sounds
you know,
like maybe he had a heart
not
attack,
to get
I
too
don't know.
graphic, but that's what, a massive aneurysm is what took my father.
Right.
So, like that stuff just comes and just you're gone. So,
Yeah, I mean,
Stuff is
it's-
horrible, man.
yeah.
I know everybody was thinking like
Well,
he had one last hurrah when he, that's what took him. But
That
I
comedian-
don't think that's the case in that one.
Yeah, I think he was clean. I mean,
There was a
which is
comedian,
great.
what's his name? The Jewish one from New York. He always at the Comedy Cellar. Bert Kreischer's buddy.
Jewish comedian, New York does not narrow it down.
I was gonna say.
mean, I'm looking into Mark to know this because
which one?
His name starts with a. It's sorry. What's his name?
Wait.
No, really? No, it's not that. My brain's farting right now.
You talking about Ari or?
Yeah, Ari Shafir.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ari,
yeah,
he was at the Comedy
yeah.
Cellar and someone recorded him. And apparently the news was so fresh that Bob Saget had died that a comedian walked into the cellar and was like, "Oh shit, Bob Saget died?" And he's like, "Yeah," as he's telling the joke.
Oh no.
And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, Z or not Z? Why do people, Ari
Aziz,
Shafir.
Aziz.
No, Ari Shafir. Was like, because that's what Ari Shafir does though. After Kobe Bryant died, he was on Twitter just trolling everybody.
Oh my god.
He does.
It's never
that.
too soon though. I mean, sadly.
I mean, I did
comedians.
some. Yeah, I said some not so great comments after that school shooting. I was like,
Too soon.
Hey,
Still too soon.
the first person to get one in, is kind of known for being the first. So it's one of those things where it's like no PR is bad PR. You know what I mean?
it all comes down to what is too far really mean. I mean, is it too far? Is it you're just because no one really knew Bob Saget personally except his friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody was kind of like, but also Bob Saget was such a dirty comic. I mean, I'm pretty sure
he would
Bob
have
would
been making jokes too.
Dude, he was
would,
like, I didn't
absolutely.
even know, like he's just up there like crap.
I think
Ari Shafir was talking about, it was like, oh yeah, just because of that, he's like Ashley Olsen went on a hunger strike again, and I'm like, I don't want to.
Oh, that's a classic Bob Saget joke, right?
Yeah. Well, he went from them to Kim
I got a
Hitler.
classic Bob Saget joke that I've always heard from forever ago.
Let's hear it.
It's kind of of course, a dirty Bob Saget joke. But
It's called a dirty Bob.
so
Dirty Saget.
so
Dirty Saget.
the joke was it was essentially how to determine the difference between Ashley and Mary Kate. So the joke was, what's the difference between Ashley and Mary Kate Olsen?
Why are you doing this?
What's the difference? What is it?
Ashley swallows and Mary Kate. I'm sorry. It was. I botched the joke. It was Mary Kate spits and Ashley swallows. Was the joke?
Oh my god,
And that was Bob Saget's
that
joke.
is dirtbag. That's dirtbag.
I knew that wasn't gonna go well.
Goodness gracious.
He wrote that joke when they were like, what, like 22, 23. I mean,
Let's hope.
I hope so.
He's been sitting on it for a while, probably.
Dude, if that's been stewing for a while, like Bob Saget's got some problems, man.
I'm telling you. Hopefully not. Hopefully not, old Bob.
No.
Bob's the man. No,
We're just joking.
we're gonna definitely.
R.I.P. Bob.
I'm gonna miss
R.I.P.
watching,
R.I.P. Sidney.
we're
Poitier,
talking
Gonna miss
about
Meatloaf.
This is a very
all these greats.
celebrity styled like podcast we're doing because there's a lot of stuff going on. We're like, let's just do something silly. Let's do something. We're post everybody staying away because
Yeah,
we're sick.
I actually had COVID, and then everybody else was sick too. So it
Yeah,
kinda
I got.
sucks.
Yeah.
Again for the second time.
I'm glad you're doing better, man. Like I was
Yeah.
worried about you.
I had like a massive.
I didn't have a
sinus
voice
infection.
for a week, so
It's crazy.
Well, he stayed to himself, and I tried to be away from him, but I'm at the same time I'm kind of like, I thought he had a sinus infection like me because I had a really bad sinus congestion problem.
That's been going around my house.
Yeah, where you just get headaches, and they're like, well, that's COVID. I'm like, well, I don't know if that was COVID because no, but anyway, like we're doing better. Everybody's the band's back together doing the podcast.
The boys are back in town.
The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town.
He nailed that solo, man. Spencer nailed that solo.
Came up for the bat.
Practicing this
Fantastic.
my whole life.
I've been waiting.
He said, I've been waiting for this moment.
Well, anyway,
I've been waiting.
we're keeping this light and fun. Celebrity news.
Oh, hey, Mark.
Yeah. I'm gonna need you to take the Aaron Neville down about 10 pegs, man.
The sack ring.
Anyway,
You guys remember the Aaron Neville dictionary? Can you spell it in a sentence for me? No.
What was the word, Mark? Negus.
Oh my god.
can you say it? Can you put it in a sentence? The negus,
Negus.
No, anyway,
That's a viral video for you guys.
Another,
Look that up. It's spelling bee, and the kids he's having to spell out negus, which is
He
spelled
looks like he's
N-E-G.
having a real hard time.
Yeah, which is spelled N-E-G-U-S, negus.
a lot of
It's
pressure.
from the origin of Ethiopia. And
Yeah.
it's got, I don't even know the real reason
Yeah.
that it's a word or why it's from Ethiopia, which is weird.
Somebody did that
Do you
kid
think the
dirty, man.
spelling
Yeah, they
bee
did the
pe-
kid dirty.
Do you think the
Like,
spelling
why was
bee
that
committee
word
was like, we're gonna
chose?
give this little white boy a run for his
And I
money?
feel like he got bold with it. Like towards the end, he was like, "Negus, what? Negus?"
I was shocked.
Can you say it one more time?
Stan Marsh
Sir?
moment.
Yeah.
Like the Stan Marsh on Jeopardy.
And then he started smiling. He was like, "Negus."
Yeah, like towards the end, he was like, could you use it in a sentence? And then they had trouble, and he was like, Negus, please. And I was like, what? Negus, please?
Negus.
Negus. What is the language of origin?
Ethiopian to Amharic.
What is the definition?
A king. It's used as a title of the sovereign of Ethiopia. Negus.
Negus. Could you use it in a sentence?
The Negus ruled Ethiopia until the coup of 1974.
Negus. Negus.
Andrew, would you say the word loudly for the judges?
Negus.
One more time.
Negus.
Negus.
Negus. N-E-G-U-S. Negus.
My nigga.
What was that other kid that got like viral off that something or colitis or something like that? That you remember that 10-year-old kid that was like you know what I'm talking about, the blah blah blah. You know, he had like a really robotic voice when he said it. The colitis.
Thank you very much, oh Mr. Roboto.
Look it up here.
Mr. Rotosto.
Well, Spencer is looking it up for us. You know, we've kind of updated the studio a little bit, not on the core, but on you know, we're gonna be putting stuff up with the video.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Oh yeah, the Indi was it Irido to? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna
We'll just
butcher
let him
it.
do it.
Iridocyclitis. I mean, this is an old video, guys. I mean, pretty much half the internet's already seen it.
He blew it.
Iridocyclitis is spelled I-R-I-D-O-C-Y-C-L-I-T-I-S.
He's like, this is fucking bullshit. Go fuck yourselves.
You could see it in his eyes. He was like, God.
looks way too
long.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do an internet startup now and just make more money than all of you.
What did he say that got the standing ovation? I didn't know.
He spelled a different word that was like another word that was hard, but not the right word at all.
Oh, is that what it
You
was?
should have asked for it in a sentence, man.
Yeah, bro.
Can I get
I
that in
mean-
a sentence? I don't even know what that
I-
word
I-
is. I didn't know it existed.
I'm just with the kid because I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't even know how to spell what that is. I mean, I don't even know what that is.
I still don't know how to spell onomatopoeia.
Oh,
I definitely don't understand.
I could try, but no.
Man, hey, Arnold was. Onomatopoeia.
Onomata want to pee on Mark's face. Oh my God! Oh my goodness!
No, but in other celebrity news today, guys, we have a developing problem in the celebrity world, and it needs to be addressed. Mm-hmm. This podcast tonight. What the fuck is everybody's fascination with Pete Davidson?
I want to know that too.
Dude, how does Pete Davidson...
I mean, I also heard he had a really super-duper big dick.
That's not true. Her hands are just really small.
I mean, Mark, are you fucking Ariana Grande or
no
Kate Beckinsale or?
I mean, dude.
I mean, if he's getting all the fucking
he's like look. If you like him, great. Pete Davidson's comedy to me is not really that great. I mean, he's just kind of just there. He's just a lackluster kind of guy. I mean, he does some kind of funny stuff on SNL, like that whole Chad thing he did, that whole arc he did with that was kind of funny. But maybe it's just not for me. Maybe it's for a younger generation, and that makes me feel old saying that. But also, it's also he's getting a Kardashian now, like
getting Kanye's sloppy seconds.
I mean, like, what was the whole thinking behind that? Honestly, and kind of like, I'm just gonna go get Pete Davidson, and because him and Machine Gun Kelly are the new, Machine Gun Kelly's like the kings of young Hollywood now. Well, who nominated this guy? Machine Gun Kelly, like.
I mean, let me just do the top three. These just the highlights, okay, from Pete Davidson's dating life in the last 2 years. We have Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Hot.
Kate Beckinsale, which is just ridiculous. That's
Super
ridiculous.
hot.
That's like getting his aunt.
And then Kim Kardashian. Those are just the highlights. And then a bunch of other chicks that are like models and also like Instagram models and things like that. I mean, what is this guy with this goofy smile? Yeah. We're not sure what ethnicity he is.
He looks like Beetlejuice out of character.
He does. He does. I mean, what
did they say? He looked like Beetlejuice before he died?
Is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it really like the sense of humor is the most important thing? Or
I heard he's a sweetheart, though.
He's a sweetheart.
I'm a sweetheart.
I'm
a sweetheart.
Here's what I think. Here's what I think was going on. He sucks Lauren Michaels' dick.
Right.
He sucks Machine Gun Kelly's dick.
Right.
They all hang out together in the same celebrity party, just like Leonardo DiCaprio, Tobey Maguire, Ethan Hawke. All those guys used to hang out, and there's their little Prince of Hollywood kind of situation. And this is what we're dealing with: is those guys are at the top, and I'm like, how and why? But that doesn't have to make sense, I guess. I don't know, but
I mean, I don't want to be a hater. I mean, the guy is pulling. He's got a list of ass.
Dude,
he's got an list of ass that he's been.
Look, I'm not I'm not jealous of the guy. I wish the best for him.
Don't lie, bro. If you could bang out Kate Beckinsale, you probably would too.
Yeah,
right?
but no one would touch Kim
I'm
Kardashian.
a happily married man. I'd never do anything like that. Kate Beckin, who?
I'm faithful to my wife.
Always.
I'm
So
sorry.
in an alternate universe, and not wishing anything ill upon your wife, of course.
Was
Haley?
it the?
I feel like there's certain people that you could bang your wife and high five you. Right?
I mean, Kate Beckinsale.
She would be like, I'd do it too if I were you.
She would at least have a hard argument about Kate Beckinsale. I'd be like, it's Kate Beckinsale. I mean, what do you want me to do? You saw her.
She's willing to come in with both of us.
You saw her in that movie.
No.
We're gonna have a threesome.
She said we have to fight the lichens. No.
There was something about touching my dick and fighting the lichens.
She tricked me.
He went deep. I love it.
She said it was the only way to defeat the lichens.
I was taking out the trash and she was brooding on the roof.
Or else they'll get the lickens.
The lickens. That's gross.
She tied me up to some kind of wooden table in her garage and said, "You have to fight with us." And
I thought she said lickens, but she said lichens, but it was too late. You know what I mean?
the dick was already out.
I'd already went there.
Turns out it was one of those weird tables with the holes in
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we fucking do. Man.
Don't apologize. This is America, sir. No,
well, I thought this was America.
I thought this was America.
The problem is like all of the girls that Pete Davidson's been with, like your significant other would probably be like, yeah, I'd high five you for that.
Know.
I don't think anyone would high five their significant other for hooking up with Pete Davidson.
No,
at all.
Like, you
doesn't
go
both ways.
That guy looks like he was born in the trash can of a trailer park. You know,
I don't know. Like if I had a significant other and they were like, "Yo, so Drake called me the other day," and I'd be like, "Man, I don't like that fucking guy."
Dude, if knees weak aren't spaghetti, I'm just gonna reiterate now. If knees weak,
won't call you back, but whatever.
Darius Rucker called me. I don't know about that.
So he's like
I'm just gonna say for Pete Davidson, if knees weak aren't spaghetti was a person, it's Pete Davidson. And, that's
so like who's the ultimate hall pass guy? Like if like who's the ultimate hall pass guy for your your chick was like?
I mean, Brad Pitt. Like it seems everyone's gonna say that first.
Yeah, but Brad Pitt looks like asphalt now.
Well, now, but like surely he
Interview with
seems
the
like
Vampire Days. You know
what's weird about that is because I always say Brad Pitt. Like he is to me he's like the
we're
pinnacle
old as fuck now.
of attractive man.
Oh, yeah, went from Jonathan Taylor Thomas to Leonardo DiCaprio, and now he's old and fat, and then now Brad Pitt, and then now I guess I don't even know who's current now.
Yeah, I don't know. What's up with Leo not dating chicks under 25?
Hey man, Leo's just living that. He's living that A-list celebrity life, I guess.
And did you forget who this guy was? I mean, just because he put on a few pounds and did some Wolf of Wall Street movies doesn't mean he's not the same dog he's been.
Yeah.
I mean, this dude's like fucking like everything.
Yeah, he could be pulling whatever he wants.
But he does it anyway, and he vapes in front of him like I'm not a nerd.
I mean, when you got a certain amount of money,
Did you know that Tom not to interrupt you guys.
No, not at all.
He has his own vape guy.
What?
Yeah, he has his own vape guy that pours juice into his fucking container thing. He has a vape guy, just like
Snoop Dogg has a blunt guy.
Yeah. I mean,
that guy's doing work, so he's doing the Lord's work.
You're helping Leo stay off cigarettes by smoking an exorbitant amount of nicotine.
No, I meant Snoop Dogg's blunt guy is doing work.
Yeah, Snoop
the vape guy, like literally best job ever.
Yeah.
You imagine being Leonardo DiCaprio's vape guy? You'd fucking just be.
I bet Snoop's blunt guy.
Hey, can I get these sloppy
really?
seconds, Leo?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's cool, bro. Go ahead.
He's like trained.
Yeah, I mean, he'd be like, was that a knock? Okay. Okay. I thought, who was that rap chap tapping at our chamber door tonight?
Did you guys also hear about that viral
man.
story about Leo about this chick saying she had the worst date ever with them or something?
Oh come on!
Oh,
like he rented out a movie theater.
Well, he rented out the movie theater to watch Star Wars, and she was not impressed.
And he was like,
Go home,
lightsabers,
bitch.
and he was like, twirling lightsabers in the theater.
She's just trying to get some.
I don't know if it's true or not. There's back about
dude,
it being true and back about
not
it being
every
not,
date
but...
is going to be the best date.
Okay,
how if it's true, it makes him more dateable.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, but how old is Leonardo DiCaprio though? I mean, he's like in his 40s, right?
He's 42, something like that.
Yeah, he's not that old. Okay, he is like in fun dad range, but not really has kids. So, what is he gonna do? He's gonna fucking do dumb shit like that because he's like still Leo, I think some people.
We also know how long ago this was too. So
that was a test and she failed it, and that's why she's not dating him anymore.
You're not marriage material, even though I'm never getting married.
Yeah, you're
Leo.
No. I mean, look, dude. This is one of those actors, okay, where you have many different. Like all of us have seen him in many different stages. We've seen Gilbert Grape. We've seen The Growing Pains. We've seen Romeo plus Juliet.
Oh yeah.
We've seen Titanic, of course. And we've also seen Wolf of Wall Street, and Catch Me If You Can. We've seen this side of Leo.
Great movie.
That's why I think he's a well-rounded actor, and we're certainly jerking his dick off right now.
I mean, if he came in here right now, I'd pipe. Shit, man, why not?
How can I quit my job and just be your assistant?
It sounded like Mark wanted to fuck him.
He's just gonna tackle him.
We were actually watching.
He wants the Star Wars.
We actually watched Django for a little bit earlier today.
Oh yeah, that's
a classic fucking movie.
That's what brought that up.
Tarantino, of course, one of my favorite directors of all time.
I was saying through the whole thing. I'm like, Leonardo DiCaprio is the only person that can finesse him through that movie.
Absolutely,
dropping N-bombs left and right. I'm like that. Yeah. Because
Is it true that he had to get like Samuel L. Jackson's fucking permission to say nigga?
I hope so. Fuck.
Like, dude, like, no, there was a whole
I wouldn't
thing
say
about
that shit in front of him
Samuel
unless I
L.
had permission.
I wouldn't say it from him either.
Mark, you got the pass, man.
What's that ninja doing up on that horse? Oh, behave, you know. I'm like,
I just don't
And
want
I will
to.
smite
Not
thee.
until they're filming.
I forget the passage, the fucking in from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
But that would be one of those scenes he just fucking pulls out the fucking.
Well, he said no. He just said you just need to say it. Just say it. It's fine. And say it.
Even Don Johnson got the pass. I want to know how Don Johnson got the pass in that movie.
It's a different time.
Well, when you're getting paid $3.5 million an hour, you know, money speaks to a lot of things, I guess. But anyway, yeah, dude. But Leonardo DiCaprio, we've seen this whole career through everything, and you know, obviously he's, you know, I don't think he's done enough to get an impasse, but I'm just saying that, you know.
He is one of the best, though, man. I mean, he's great. And then when you have a certain dollar amount in the bank, you know, dating young women and never settling down is pretty much standard.
You don't see Jeff Bezos dropping the N-bomb left and right, and like
very true.
Elon Musk walking around acting like he's got credit.
He sends packages to the hood, but he hadn't had packages enough to get, you know, the impasse, man.
He ain't got that impasse yet. Maybe Bezos is at an impasse.
Perhaps you could say he's you know. Anyway, I got distracted for a second. That was terrible timing. No, but also, you know, we also have to break up a monotony of celebrity real quick. We also have a weird video that was. I'll give it some really context. Weird. Yeah, I'll give you guys some context on it. Actually, a viewer and close friend of mine, Michael, showed me this. And it's a video. Now he's delivering in Heber Springs, Arkansas. You know, got the town of told you guys about.
That's a creepy place.
No, but it was after that fog, after it had like iced over and it rained, and then had all that bunch of fog around. Like, I remember working that morning and being like, I'm gonna die, but no, because we were driving through it anyway. Well, the fog had cleared out in this video, and we're gonna put it in the main footage for you guys to see. But just these videos are just so weird. Like these birds. Yeah, I don't know. Just watch it real quick. That's the GPS for Amazon.
Thought I recognized her. Sound like Charlie Brown's teacher.
Yeah, exactly. That's what she sounds like to us. Anyway, all right. You don't really see nothing too much. Not yet. And fucking all of it.
Turn right onto Scott Street.
All of a sudden, you just see. Where's it at? Where they at?
That's weird. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, they're just talking.
In 100 feet, turn left onto South 11th Street. Then in 100 feet, turn right.
Where's he getting to
Did
it?
you send me the wrong one?
No, there's two of them, remember?
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
It's all good. Let's see.
Yeah, sorry, folks.
There were some birds in the trees there, but look at these on the house.
On the house right there.
Oh my god.
Like, you freeze it, look at it for a second. There's birds in the house. There's birds in the... Yeah, they're all fucking, like, stuck, and they don't look like they move. Only a couple of them move. Yeah, like they stuck.
Look at that.
That's not natural.
Look how many there are, too.
They're downloading the new update.
They're just fucking like froze. Holy shit.
Yeah, they're like fucking just stuck there, dude. Like they're suddenly coming up. If you look up in the trees, they got their fucking wings out, like not even moving.
It's some shit you would see in like a Stephen King movie.
Well, it's like Alfred Hitchcock's Birds meets The Matrix.
It's creepy.
And it's happening like this isn't the first time this has happened. Because apparently in Arkansas, birds die like out of nowhere.
Yeah,
you know?
this isn't just in Heber Springs. This is like a thing that you're seeing a lot of places.
Well, that's just a weird conspiracy about it.
Weird, dude.
I mean, the weather here is such a vacuum that birds are just like falling anywhere, you know, like, and birds are like stuck, like stuck like that.
No,
like,
I've heard the rumor that it was sometime in the 70s or something like that where a lot of birds just like died.
Yeah.
And then like
the ones
the
over...
government supposedly replaced them all with like drones. That like this is the conspiracy, and I do or do not believe it, but probably don't. But hey, man, like I can't disprove it necessarily.
They
let me get a little drone bird. I like it.
No, I mean that makes you guys remember several in 2015, or was it 2015 or 2010? Remember when all those black birds died over there in like Bologna?
Why they be blackbirds?
I remember that happening in like
I do remember that, and they just like fell out of the sky. There was like tons of them.
Yeah, it was over there. It was over there in Austin, like all the way to Loma.
I remember like Cersei and Bald Knob, like a bunch of like hundreds of blackbirds.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like
Austin, it's all in that area. All these birds just dropped, and like no one can explain it. There's been many nutty people coming down here to trying to investigate and. We have nothing.
Their batteries died.
Oh.
Clearly what happened.
On another episode of Erie, Arkansas.
Erie, Arkansas.
It's like based off the show, but we're all
What's the guy's name from Unsolved Mysteries? What's his
Robert
name?
Stack.
There you go.
Tonight on Unsolved Mysteries, Arkansas.
But
what a great voice.
In a reality thing, though, I've heard that some of that phenomenon is because like crows, especially crows, will like meet together in large groups and like
die?
no, not about the dying, but like in the like in the video, they meet together in large groups and have discussions about like politics and not bird politics. But they're like
they're not putting on little powdered wigs, are they?
Rabble.
The Blue Jays are taking their germs.
No, but they literally are like, they're like talking about like, hey, this bird did something fucked up. Like, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna exile him? Or are we gonna are we gonna murder this?
They talk about bird tribe stuff.
Yeah.
Weird fun fact: crows and ravens are some of the smartest birds.
Super smart.
I've heard about.
Why don't people keep those as pets?
Ravens. Some people did. Like that's
like
Edgar Allan Poe had tons of ravens.
I've seen some shit on TikTok where like people are training birds to bring them things.
Yeah.
Where they're like putting nuts out for them, and then when they bring them like money, they're like they put extra nuts out, and so the birds will actually learn to bring back money as a.
That
thing.
just sounds like some gangs of New York stuff.
I need some money crows.
Money crows.
Yeah,
badass.
Train your crows, bro. Train your crows.
Ravens are so smart that they have like funerals for their friends.
You guys know what my
like
favorite?
When a raven dies, they get together with a bunch of other ravens and they have funerals for their dead.
You know what my favorite kind of
it's
crow
crazy
is?
shit, dude.
They were for Betty White right there. That was it.
Yeah.
My favorite kind of crow is a counting crow.
Mr. Johnson, man.
They're accidentally in love.
Staring at the beautiful.
What? No, but I mean, birds are smart, man. Like they're kind of like little dinosaurs. I like birds. I wouldn't mess.
Well, supposedly that's what happened to them. I mean, dinosaurs just didn't die. They just all converted into chickens, and they're like,
you know what?
Well, they all died, but the ones that they evolved later.
Well, they said that the original dinosaurs now actually did have feathers, so they were walking around like a damn
like a big bird,
like an ostrich, right?
Yeah, like why does it look like Mardi Gras around here? It's all in feathers.
That stuff is.
Where can I get a beignet in this Jurassic Park?
Jurassic Park was like big birds, just like.
Instead of the raptors, it's just big birds.
And then there's like whole bird towns, and there's like strip clubs for birds and shit.
Sounds hot.
That's terrible.
That's hot.
All right, Paris Hilton.
Birdie Hilton.
Hey, girl, I like your feathers. What?
I think a little birdie dance over here.
Let me see that wing stretch right there.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. No wait, was it? Let me get the eagle on.
Yeah, look at the eagle on.
Get the eagle on, girl.
Yeah.
Get a little tweet.
How many Snickers wrappers you got in the nest?
You better not have too many eggs in there.
I'm gonna throw them out.
Or what is there deadbeat bird dads out there?
Deadbeat bird dads?
Yeah.
All
bird
bird
dads.
dads are deadbeat.
They're like, see you next year.
Is that a bird? Is that a bird abortion if you just throw the eggs out the nest?
I think that's just oops. Well, I guess better try again before winter.
This
hits.
one doesn't smell right. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Theodore, come keep the
this
nest
one has
warm.
Templeton,
like,
come
all
eat
right.
this rotten egg.
I'm gonna go out and get some more twigs and stuff for the nest.
I need some more
Come
Snickers
keep the eggs
wrappers. I want to
warm.
go out.
And then, he's like just kind of like, all right, well,
I don't want a little brother.
The bird dad's like,
He's
you
in
know
there
what?
stomping out the fucking eggs and
Yeah.
like pushing them out the fucking nest. And
The
shit.
bird dad's just going to get milk from the store.
We
and
had a
shit.
wind gust. It just kind of
Never
fell
comes
out.
back.
The bird dad went out for cigarettes and just never came back.
It went out for worms and never came
They
back.
went out for worms.
I'm just gonna go get some worms for the family.
Why are they so loud? Oh, let me go get him some worms.
We're
I'm
gonna
sure
go
they're
have one
hungry.
on. We're gonna go have another crows meeting. Jebediah has been betrayed.
But you're a
showing
bluebird.
betrayal. Jebediah the crow is showing betrayal, guys. What are we gonna do about him? Oh, let's put him out the.
I like the thought that Spencer brought up that they're talking about politics. Like Bird Biden's out of control. Can you believe Bird Trump? What he said? He was tweeting all sorts of shit.
We gotta show up at the Capitol.
I'm gonna show up dressed like an eagle at the Capitol.
Show up on January 6th.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe he was tweeting that shit. You hear him? It was tweet.
We got banned.
We just can't trust that Birdsy Pelosi.
She kind of looks like a bird.
Well, she's as old as a leather satchel. I mean, come on, dude.
She dates back to the dinosaurs. That's why she has that bird resemblance.
I think all those politicians have a bird resemblance, dude.
There should be some term limits, probably, but let's not get into that.
Well, just because you just don't want to see someone age that much in politics, you're like that stress that they get from doing their jobs or whatever. No, but I was gonna say, not to change the subject from our bird wonderful conversation, but that was great.
Burn it up.
I actually have some news developments going on with the. If you guys have been following the whole thing with Bam Margera fighting back with the lawsuit against Jackass, was it Jackass 4?
Oh, I saw a little bit about that.
Yeah, 3 or 4. What is it?
They kicked him off because he was like.
Well,
doing
here's the
drugs
thing.
and
Here's
shit,
the thing.
right?
Here's the thing. They had a hearing. He had filed a lawsuit against the director and everybody involved. And especially, I think Johnny Knoxville and the director and Paramount Pictures, because he had been put on. His agreement was that, hey, dude, you could do this movie with us, but you got to have daily drug tests. You got to have this and that, and you got to go to rehab and stuff. He's like, fine, I'll go to rehab, whatever. This is for done, I just want to get this done. So he goes there and he's doing his thing. Well, apparently what had happened was
What had happened was
he had been prescribed Adderall from his doctor to take for his behavioral issues and stuff like that. So he popped for Adderall on one of these tests. And apparently, there was some stuff going on in that rehab that was like, he was pretty much just being, forced to go to do this movie that wasn't so great. So when he popped for that Adderall, they were like, no, you're gone. You didn't do the agreement like you were supposed to do. He's like, what are you talking about? The doctors from these rehabs and everything. And, I've been on Adderall for years, that kind of thing like that. He's like, so you're going to fire me for this? So they had some kind of like special, not trial, but injunction or whatever, some kind of quick meeting with a judge being like, we can either handle it now, which would have both been in both of their benefits. They could have nipped it in the bud and seen who would have won. But they're like, no, we're not going to do that. Everybody needs to get their evidence together, because apparently he's saying also he's not throwing out his lawsuit. So, if Bam Margera wins this lawsuit, he's gonna have his his stuff. Like, if they're not gonna let him work on it, in the movie, all his ideas and all his scenes that he had filmed previously are going to get ripped from the movie, and it might be not even seen.
Oh shit! Because like that movie's about to come out. They're already like doing previews.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're just being that, I know he's like got real bad problems with drugs and stuff, but if you're just being really crappy to him,
no, I
mean, the judge was like, no, he's got.
I was doing a little
merit.
research.
Yeah.
And his lawsuit includes he's suing Paramount Pictures, MTV Networks, Johnny Knoxville, director Jeff Tremaine, and producer Spike Jonze. And then apparently it's all over a wellness contract. That he says he was coerced.
That's the contract. Yeah,
he was coerced into signing a wellness contract by Johnny Knoxville and Spike Jonze. And basically, we're like, they could just randomly drug test him for like alcohol, any.
But
sort
if you're
of
gonna
illicit
pop
drug.
him for drugs,
Crazy.
he's already on for behavior.
Yeah, that's
it's nonsense.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
that's just
especially
finding
when
a way.
I mean, the culture behind Jackass. This is not a drug-free, alcohol-free sort of zone. You know
Well,
what I mean?
like, Steve-O got
so it's
sober.
Just crazy, yeah.
But look, to me, I'm like, he's just basically like, because what rung out true to me was like, let's just do this movie as a trip. He's basically saying, let's get the band back together. Let's do this one last movie for Dunn. When Dunn passed away.
R.I.P. Ron Dunn.
Yeah. So, and them being all crappy about it, being like, no, we're just gonna make some money, and that's all that really matters. And we don't want you in it because, whatever. I think that's kind of crappy. I think that's a real crap show. Like
definitely doing your friend wrong. He's somebody who's been there from the get go.
Yeah, and I mean, Jackass wouldn't really be a thing if it wasn't for BAM.
Well, there's been, dude. I remember fondly like the his BAM show and Jackass. You watch the movies, then you watch the show. Well, actually, you watched the show, then you saw the movie finally, and then you saw like BAM's show on MTV. Obviously, was like really funny because of even though some things came to light about Don Vito, but it was still funny to see him mess with his. Like that's where that whole thing came from, where like he's smacking his dad on the toilet
I love
naked.
That. That's my favorite. Yeah,
he just came
smacking his dad up.
Yeah, I mean it was great, and I wish he would find a little bit more sobriety, I guess, for his life and his family. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, And
I mean, from what I've seen of him, and I followed back in the before Jackass and CKY days. Like I was one of the avid kids in skating and all that shit back in the day. And I saw CKY back in the day, and I was
the video that came out, the CKY video.
There was multiple videos. There was multiple movies, the CKY movies, and then his brother had the band CKY, and that's where Jackass kind of started when Johnny and BAM kind of met each other, and they decided because they were Johnny was looking for a show similar to the vein of that, and then also they met each other, and then they kind of collabed and made the show Jackass.
They kind of.
So it's kind of to cut him out on his own idea.
That's wrong.
Or joint idea is kind of shitty, and then they kind of push him out on that kind of
Yeah, that's kind of like I'm gonna rob you of all your ideas, then kick you out of the movie, and then we don't need you anymore. Like, no, I'm gonna take everything that I did out of there, and you guys can just not make money.
I mean, it feels like the right thing to do would be to kind of rally around him and try to be there for him and help him, when he's having these issues. Instead of
it's probably not been the first time for him, to be honest with you, but
that is true.
He's had problems with drugs for years because they were talking about him. He doesn't even have the muscle memory to skate anymore. He had to teach himself to really get back into it. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that you just can treat somebody a certain way.
And you want to help your friend,
Yeah. That's how we would all think. I feel like.
I mean, you just can't do that to him. I mean, if you just put him in the movie and just be done. And if you want nothing to do with him after that, then say la vie.
There you go. So be it.
Yeah.
Unless it's was just too terrible to like put it on screen, where it was just like, we don't know, but like if it was that bad, you're just like. You watch it and you're just like sad.
Right, that's true.
And I don't think
like a train wreck. You're just watching.
You're just like, oh man, this is not good to watch.
Like you can't do any of the scenes. Like the stuff is not flowing.
I don't think
we don't know. But
if they were going to use his scenes in the movie, obviously he's suing to get him out of there. But if they're just like, no, we're not even using your scenes anyway, I don't think there would be really much of anything.
Yeah.
But he was doing it for the money too, because each time a Jackass movie comes out, apparently it's like he gets $5 million.
The good news is, for him, is the lawsuit, since they got passed through and they're kind of going into the some of the final
he's gonna
stages.
come away with something.
He may come away with more than even the $5 million. You know, I mean, that's
what does Ben Market Jared get? A new car.
Like he fucking needs it. That dude's
come on down.
He's rich. He's been rich.
Dude, he's living off residuals off
Dude,
of Viva La Bam.
If he blew that, like, he does have issues.
I mean, he does. I mean, but he still makes money off his boards and his companies he has. You know, I mean, he's like, he's still doing it. But yeah, that's why he's kind of like, let's just do this. You know, it's he just put away $5 million more and be done with it and stuff. And I'm like, I mean, I don't say I can care either way. I mean, kind of at this point, I'm like, yeah, I'd rather like to see your old stuff,
Right.
But
when does it end? I mean, maybe this is it.
Well, this is why
Steve-O,
Steve-O's podcast, Wild Ride, is actually a really good podcast.
Yeah, he's done a great job.
Steve-O's a great interviewer. Actually.
Yeah, man.
Like he's had some pretty good interviews, man.
Yeah. Really grown up a lot.
Yeah, I was really surprised to see like
him.
Urkel on there. Obviously, like even Aaron Carter's been on there, and that was a shit show for sure. And it's like,
is he still relevant?
Yeah, no,
I don't think
so.
so.
No, he's doing the B circuit. Like, there's like he's not even the Backstreet Boys circuit. He's doing
is he D-list celebrity at this point?
think him.
He's kind of like the what's the kid that Drake and Josh kid or Drake? Drake Bell.
Drake Bell. Yeah.
Didn't
Drake
he get
Bell?
Me Too'd?
He did some pedophile.
He was
stuff,
doing some shit. Like he
he's
was on the back end.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
he had no heat here in the States, so he had to go to Mexico, and that's where everybody loved him in Mexico. And then he got popped on some
We
some
love you,
pedophile
Drake.
shit. So
Well,
that's where he's possibly going to jail now.
Senor Drake Bell.
He's just like, I've seen the
That's
Hasselhoff
kind of how
data. I have to
I
go.
feel like he's like, there's nothing popping for him here, so he's going to like Japan and shit.
Yeah, where no one knows him as a guy that preyed on teenage girls. But anyway,
Yeah.
What happened to his brother too? Actually, what's
What are you talking about?
Aaron's brother? What's
Nick Carter?
No, he's still in the Backstreet Boys doing
Backstreet stuff.
Yeah, Nick Carter has always been like, I heard some shit back in the day. Like Nick Carter has been like one of those people that like was basically the breadwinner of the family. So like he was basically making money like for the Carters, because he's got like a sister and Aaron Carter, So
making money for the Carters.
yeah, he was like paying for that beach house in Florida.
That's gonna be a movie someday, a Lifetime movie or some shit.
Money for the Carters.
Well, I'm sorry, another family dynasty, the
Starring
Culkins.
Ryan Phillippe.
Yeah, the Culkins, man, like Kieran and what's his name? The other
Macaulay.
Well, Macaulay, Kieran, and there's another one.
There's another one?
Yeah.
Too many Macaulays.
I had no idea there was another Culkin out there.
What is it? Which one is it? Because one of them's in that Chaos, Towers of Chaos, and one of them's in Scott Pilgrim Rules the World.
As wrong as it may be, every time I think about Macaulay Culkin, I can't help but think about Michael Jackson.
Oh.
And I've been seeing all these YouTube shorts about Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah, the ones where he's talking about, we slept in the same room.
Rory.
The last one I saw was he fell off.
Rory and Kieran Culkin, and then there's Macaulay.
I
fell off a horse on them.
By the way,
yeah, they got a sister. She died.
Brenda, she's dead. Brenda.
Like had an older sister that died. Yeah.
She dead.
You talking about Brenda Song? Brenda Song is
apparently she's their sister.
I don't know. How many
is she related to them? How's she related?
Brenda Song? That's Macaulay Culkin's wife.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
She's in the family. I was just looking at the Google.
Yeah, that's Macaulay Culkin's wife. He snagged her.
Gotcha.
She's that Asian chick from one of those from all those Disney shows.
Oh wait.
Oh.
Yeah, she's
that chick.
Yeah.
The chick that was that the chick that was in
Yeah, she was in all those early ones.
Word.
What's the fucking show with
Dakota died in 2008.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the sister.
Yeah, she died from like
the chick. Wait, was she on the show with Miley Cyrus, or was that the other show that she was on? Brenda Song or whatever her name is.
I don't know.
I know it was a Disney
Vaguely,
show.
Yeah, I can remember that, but just vaguely.
That's gonna bother me.
Do yourself a favor though, and for God's sake, YouTube Michael Jackson falling off the stage. It's the greatest ever. the lights go out. He's rehearsing, and the lights go out, and then all of a sudden you hear him. He's like, eh. And then they go, Michael, did you fall off the stage? And he goes, yeah. And it's I watched it about 170. He fell off the stage. He's definitely like, did you fall off the stage, Michael? Yeah. I love it. It's so funny.
He does a little turn
and then they have one where he's in a like they put him in this
Cody,
little.
that's what it was.
They put him in this
Zach and
lift.
Cody.
What's Zach?
The Sweet Life.
Yeah, Sweet Life.
Oh, the Sweet Life of Zach and
yeah,
Cody.
because one of them does
the Sprouse brothers and shit.
Oh yeah, one of them was on like Archie, like the new Archie show, and one of them makes their own.
You know that
mead.
Dylan? Yeah. Dylan makes his own mead.
Yeah, he makes his own. Yeah,
We should get some of that.
Makes his own what?
He makes his own mead,
honey wine.
Mead. Oh, okay.
Like the Vikings drink.
Yeah, I
thought you were saying
he's apparently like one of the best mead makers in the States.
Yeah, it's some kind of.
He's the best mead maker in New York for sure, and then he's like probably like the top two mead makers in the States.
I want to taste this mead.
Let me taste your mead, Cody.
I want to taste that mead.
Let me get a little bit of that mead.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that mead.
Or is it Cole? I think it's Dylan actually though. I don't remember.
One of them doesn't do acting anymore. I know that.
You know about a lot more about them than I thought you would.
Well, I
mean, to be honest, I loved the movie Big Daddy when I was a kid. But then also, as you get older,
my own
you
ass.
just,
It was so sad, dude. But I can wipe my own ass.
I know.
Yeah,
that was a sad scene. Like,
dude.
that was a fucking shitty scene in the movie. It's like, why do they have to do that? Like, why did they do that kid like that?
Why are you breaking my heart like that? Hurting me.
Yeah, I had to pull on heartstrings.
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy how they went from like doing like, that to Disney to now just full grown adults, and I feel ancient now. So
I know. I
like
feel
that.
old too.
Yeah.
Talking about getting older, Big Mark down here just had a little birthday. Happy belated birthday!
And I had to quarantine
the
on my
14th.
birthday.
Yeah, he was
What kind of
quarantined.
shit was
the
that?
birthday coronation of Marcus Harris.
His old ass.
Don't say my government name.
Grown
Don't.
Wait, he had a what?
Marcus.
Marcus. Birthday.
Quinlos can pronounce D, son. Whose birthday is it? Happy birthday to you.
Marcus Harris.
Government name, man. Government name.
Hey, we're proud of you. Happy birthday, Big Mark. Super proud of you. I'll buy you some Viagra for your birthday since you're getting so old.
You can have some Blue Chew.
Gotta loft that
But you
big
gotta
old
chew
dick.
it though.
Anyway,
Man.
I digress. But happy
You give
belated
Mark
birthday.
Viagra, he's putting holes in the wall, dude. Dude's fucking.
Big, but they don't call him Big Mark for nothing. That's for sure.
I drained too much blood from my heart, fellas. I'm falling over.
Oh, I'm having palpitations from that big old dick. What the fuck? Lost control of the show.
It spun out on the freeway, of life.
Fast lane on the highway, on the byway, Mr. Robotrap.
Yeah.
It's a throwback.
And Mark had just had a birthday, man. Well, now we're close behind him,
It's gonna happen soon.
Yeah, you old motherfuckers.
Oh, you're one to talk.
Mark gets to cross the threshold of 35 before us. He gets to test his toes in the water.
Bro?
How's the weather over there?
Well, what are you trying to be, 20 or something?
Like, I tell everybody I'm 29.
Yeah, having that gray ass beard is not gonna play well when you're trying to be 29.
It's about to be all gray, and I'm gonna be like Silver Fox.
Oh my God, he's gonna go Silver Fox. He's trying to do a George Clooney.
You got a diet like just for old men.
Yeah, just for men. Yeah.
Gonna have
Start wearing flannel like Darius Rucker and just walking around like wagon wheeling it everywhere.
Have those weird
Hey,
baseball
you guys want Hootie and the Blowfish
I'm gonna
too?
Silver Fox it in my gray sweats just for purpose.
For purpose.
That's how the old people say it.
Goodness gracious.
When my dick needs air, I just shake the leg a little. Great pants. Man.
So who created gray sweatpants anyways? Why is this a thing?
I don't know. But the people
I've never owned a pair of gray sweatpants until maybe a year ago.
I got two.
I've never owned actually shorts until a year ago.
I think it was Drake in Hotline Bling. He made him a thing.
There you
Did
go.
You know.
I feel like in the 90s there were sweatpants.
They existed, but they weren't for the the thing.
You gotta let that thang air out. When you gotta.
Well,
Speaking
they
of
have the
Drake, did we hear
tracksuits.
about that
They
that
had
shit that
tracksuit.
happened with Drake and like the hot sauce thing?
No, what happened?
Did you guys hear about that?
No.
So, all right, Drake's he's a single man. All
Right.
So apparently there is this this Instagram model that so happened to be in a single. I don't know what town they were in exactly. Drake was in town. He did a show, whatever, something like that. Typical
Yeah.
Drake thing. He did a show. Wanted to go out on the town and do a little bit, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's hanging out. Decides, he meets this model, this woman. She's interested in Drake. Drake's interested in her. They decide to go back to his hotel room, do things that people that are adults do. So of course, Drake, being a smart-minded individual that also probably has had other shit going on in his life in the past, so he wears a condom.
Amen.
As
Smart.
any smart man should do when you're out with the
smart
thoughts.
Smart move.
Yeah. He wears a condom. They do the deed.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to the bathroom. Puts, he's like, he thinks to himself, like, all right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this hot sauce in this condom to kill the sperm.
That's dumb.
He ties it up in a bow tie, throws it in the trash, goes about his business. Apparently, the woman,
No,
she goes in the bathroom, sees the condom, squeezes the jisms up inside of her, and then she's trying to sue Drake or be against Drake for damages to her hoo-ha for there being hot sauce in her vagina.
Oh my!
I mean, what the fuck?
That is 100%
I mean,
on
first
her.
of all, don't you just flush it? Just flush the fucking.
I think it was a bit of a prank on his part, though.
Yeah.
He was like, "Listen, if she's gonna do this, which she might, you never know."
And let's think about
this
it.
is gonna
got that
fucking
vibe
bite
for
her
that.
literally in the front
You guys
butt.
want to talk about some hotline?
He's already got
bling.
one illegitimate kid.
Right?
He's already got one illegitimate
I'm gonna give her
kid.
that hotline.
Yeah.
So maybe he's kind of trying to be smart about it and be like, hey, this ain't gonna happen to me again.
Right?
Yeah.
So
This
he's
isn't
kind of
gonna
like
happen
making
again.
sure of it.
What kind of
But yeah,
chick-
no, who doesn't flush that shit too? Though?
You
I
gotta
mean,
flush that. Unless you're
legit.
trying to teach a
Bro,
lesson.
I
But then
mean-
also you got to be environmentally safe, so you don't want to flush
Well,
it.
No, you gotta flush that. You gotta flush that. You gotta flush
Dude,
that.
that had intent behind it because obviously there's a whole problem that we didn't even know about. There's a bunch of chicks trying to get pregnant by Drake by stealing condoms.
Or not even just
I don't
Drake.
think it's just Drake. I think
Yeah,
it's
it's not
like
even just
people,
Drake, bro.
Even people
I
who
mean,
are just like
dude,
not
you gotta
successful.
have some real problems.
What's the basketball, or was he?
Listen,
Yeah,
bro,
the basketball
that is
player.
your 18-year paycheck that you are throwing down the drain if you flush it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Not for you, but for
the people that you're after.
they're
Like
trying-
Brittany
they're trying to
Renner
get
just had a kid from what was the guy that was like all-star basketball player or something, and like
I don't want to say the wrong name.
I don't remember the guy's name, but he's like he's somebody famous's kid or something, I think. And she got locked up by him, and then like she's like pretty much at one point saying like, oh yeah, like if you ever want to bag a fucking bag a dude, do this. And then now she's trying to advocate against trying to save dudes from being bagged by fucking chicks this.
The same way.
So it's kind of like hypocritical as fuck. I don't remember the guys like, oh, that's gonna bother me now. I don't.
That's kind of messed up on itself, man. I mean, how you?
She got PJ Washington.
Yeah, P.J. Washington.
Oh, PJ Washington.
was.
He's a star now too, man. He's
Yeah.
been really kicking ass.
It's crazy though.
That's
like,
a trap.
It's a fucking
don't
thing
like
that, and like out in the Hollywoods of woods and all that stuff that there's.
Listen to this shit. Brittany Renner scams athletes for easy pay because they don't wear condoms. NBA Twitter widely speculates that PJ Washington could be paying $2.4 million annually in child support.
That's a fucking.
What
That's
the
a life
fuck?
plan.
What
If
a-
I ever
that
heard
is.
it.
That is a life plan. Unbelievable.
Can you imagine?
I might need to pull a Dave and like go knock up Oprah or something. Like,
You're going to be
Stop
paying her, but you'll end up paying her. Is the problem? Because
Yeah.
that's the way the world.
I'm just
works.
gonna live with her.
She's gonna be like, no, you send me that check every month, honey. It's
Yeah.
like
He's paying $200,000 a month in fucking child support. How much support does that child need?
It's based off
That's
your income.
unbelievable.
Which
though.
also
My
brings light
God.
to the child support system. Is kind of.
I'm just saying, if I was a woman,
Pretty fucked up.
But also,
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
I would be like,
Yeah, it's.
I'd find the
I'd be trying to
the
get it-
ugliest celebrity.
I'd be
who
trying
made
to
a
get it
good
right, get it
income.
tight. Get it right, get it tight.
I'd be milking it.
Absolutely, 100%. That's fucking
Like 4 or 5 of them. I
Just
don't
have a
fucking
whole
care.
thing of them.
Hey, what's up, Steve?
You
I've
could
always
fill
liked you,
your own
Steve
teeth.
Buscemi. You should come hang out with me now.
Like, listen, I can only get pregnant once a year, but like, listen, 4 years in, I'd be living good.
Yeah, once a year for like 3 or 4 years, you're set for life.
How's you never
Forever.
did that? Like, $1 million, even $1 million a year? Come on, guy.
Crazy. Fucking
Invest that shit 1 year, and then you got millions of dollars. You're set for life, bro.
Just go put it in a high interest account. You can live off the interest.
Exactly.
I've thought about that.
Exactly.
You guys are just on some shit, man.
Listen, I've thought
Diversify,
about
bro. Diversify. We got to get fucking gains.
You
and
guys are
interest
just trying
and
to
fucking
Kevin
money.
Federline your way through life,
Oh,
man.
Federline. He had it all figured out early. Old Federline.
Yeah,
We've mentioned Federline quite a few times
that
on
old
this
snipe
podcast.
hunt he was on.
I admire him. I admire
we
old
all
Federline.
we all envy that man.
100%.
He knows.
100%.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
He got a young Britney Spears, which is that we all want.
Speaking of dancing, he was dancing into that.
he's now. Hey, now
I don't
he's
like the way
dancing
you
on his
said
own.
that. That sounded kind of dirty.
He keeps dancing on his own. That's what he likes about Britney Spears. She keeps getting older. He doesn't have to fuck her anymore, and he gets all that money.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
Hit
Yeah.
me, baby, one more.
Yeah.
I don't know. You gonna spit that tea out, old lady over there, drinking your tea, drinking your hot tea, drinking your warm tea, trying to get over the bid.
Nah.
He's trying to get over that
I just
bid.
like tea, actually, to be honest.
Oh, I like tea.
I'll drink tea over coffee all day.
You got to go to.
long.
I didn't realize you were a royal. I didn't realize that you were a royal. You and Meghan Markle hanging out together.
I'm
You're
gonna put that
the
pinky
royals.
out. I'm gonna put that pinky
Drinking
out.
your tea.
No.
When in doubt, put the pinky out.
Hey, would you take the
Put
Vegemite
that
out?
dinky out.
Oh my god! What a dirt bag. When in doubt, I'm gonna put that dinky out.
Actually, you know what a dinky is, right?
I don't know.
No, that's
You know,
Is that a clothing brand, right?
a dinky.
I forgot what a
Little-
dinky actually is.
That was DK.
I think you're thinking about a dinghy.
That's a boat.
A little Australian boat.
A little.
I like my dinghy. Good day, mate.
All right. Yeah.
Guys, I've really enjoyed the show.
Yeah, man, it's been great.
It's not just another fucking show. It's a fun show.
Yeah,
You guys
it was real
have
lighthearted.
been great. Yeah, lighthearted, fun time. Obviously, we very much appreciate Spencer.
Yeah.
Hey, soon coming to a podcast near you, it's going to be a Spencer cam. We're going to put Spencer right there so you guys can look at what he's
Fucking-
doing.
Goddamn nothing.
He's the best.
Yeah, so he can't be over
He's
there
the
jerking
best.
off behind the
Yeah.
soundboard anymore.
I have to pee. Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna miss. I'm gonna miss watching that.
Yeah, that'd be. Yeah, he'd be right in front of us. That'd be very awkward. I'd be like, "What are you doing?"
I didn't take a pee break.
Say, Spencer is doing weird stuff.
He's playing with his penis over there. What is he doing?
But I've.
Should be so lucky.
I am glad you guys are feeling better, especially you, Mark, after
Yeah.
fighting off
Thanks,
the old
thanks, love you
vid
guys,
there.
Yeah.
You fought the good fight and you won. And I know that Mark did tell me, he said, it was like 10 days of being by himself and he had a quarantine on his birthday. But the one thing that really
Yeah.
got him through was he went back and he watched
Pornhub.
the full box set. Well, he did watch some porno, but he also went back and watched the entire box set of Touched by an Angel, and he loved
Boy,
He
Della
loves it.
Reese brought him through.
A little touch by a little touch by an angel, and I'm guessing that he's probably getting a little antsy over there. I
Yeah.
can see it in his eyes. That he knows the marathon's about to start. So,
Yeah.
Mark, keep watching Touch by an Angel. God love you. I'm glad you got over your vid, and guys,
love you.
and I guess
Jesus can be your mask, Mark.
that's exactly right. He's been touched. He believes in angels.
And take the wheel and all that stuff. You know.
And Jesus take that wheel for him. And guys, soon we'll get back together. We're gonna have some skits coming out pretty soon. Family Bathroom is gonna have a very busy 2022, and yeah, looking forward to it. So thank you guys.
Here's to another one, guys.
I guess we'll be
Thanks for
seeing
coming
you
out.
next time. Peace up, A-Town down.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby.
Matt Boyce out.